Hello, Lanier officials. I hope you guys are having a great week, stayed safe, and I hope you've all got power by now. It's been a chaotic week for sure, but I did manage to get some film watched along with some other officials, and I wanted to share some plays with you. Hope we can all learn from them. I want to thank Jeff Goss for coming out and filming this on Friday night. It gave us a wide view. It gave us some enforcement of penalties, something we don't get with the team's video a lot of times. And we did have some mistakes, so I want us to learn from these mistakes. But this first play is a long pass play that happened in a game. Deep judges do a good job of staying in front of the play. But what doesn't happen is we do not stop the clock until way down the field. And this is early in the game, fortunately. But you can see we got a long play here. It's obvious first down, and he's going to go down inside the 14, and nobody's stopping the clock. Nobody. Not the deep judge, not the wings. I'd really like to see the wing stopping the clock as he's running. I'd like to see this deep judge stopping the clock. It looks like we're on our radio to tell the wing where the spot is, and that's a great job, but let's don't forget to stop the clock. And this could be really, really important in a game that's close, and the end of the game or something like that, where it's close and time is a huge factor. Right here is when we first stopped the clock, and there was a lot of time that went off the clock by then. This is a fourth down field goal play, and as wing officials, we know we're supposed to pinch in toward the offensive backfield. So kind of like this, keeping an eye on these linemen. It is a live ball, so you do want to make sure that it gets to the goal line, just in case. But here, our line judge doesn't move at all, and we want to be running in. We want to be running in, looking at those offensive linemen. Kick was good, but again, our line judge didn't move at all, and we want to be pinching in. We want to pinch in on the extra points. We want to pinch in on field goals as long as the ball reaches the end zone. We have a snap infraction on this play, and again, we're not stopping the clock. The umpire sees the ball right there. He throws his flag, but again, we're not stopping the clock. Nobody's stopping the clock. Now, it may have been an incomplete pass, but that doesn't matter. That has to become your mechanic. It doesn't matter if the clock's running or not. Let's just get in a habit, blowing our whistle, throwing our flag, and stopping the clock. Got a roughing the passer call here. It's a good job with the referee with staying with his quarterback and not giving him up on the play. Ball's gone. He takes a shot from two players right there. We get a flag on it, and it ends up giving the offense a first down. Now, this is a play where we do have an ineligible man downfield. The umpire catches it. Thank you, umpire, for helping get that. It could be the wings, it could be the umpire, but we've got a guy that actually gets downfield a little bit, and it's right in front of the umpire, and the umpire caught it. He's right here. The ball's back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's about 5 or 6 yards downfield. The umpire catches it. But again, now the ball's down. The umpire has thrown a flag. You've got to be stopping the clock. You need to be blowing your whistle, stopping the clock, letting everybody know you've got a foul, especially the chain crew. Had another play. I wanted to show the enforcement of this penalty, and apparently I have missed that. So let's go to this. And again, this is back to pinching in on this is getting to the goal line. We're inside the 5 right here. Our first move as soon as we see ball snapped has got to be to the goal line. We're not doing that. He gets to the goal line, and we're dragging behind. So wings, remember, inside the 5, drop to the goal line. This is back to the ineligible downfield. So we've reported it to the referee. Okay? I just want you to watch what happens right here. We've got to get this right. We've got 3 people that should get this right. That's our head linesman, our umpire, and our line judge. Pass was incomplete. We've got an ineligible downfield. We're picking up our flag right there. Okay? So, where do? We come back to the previous spot. And as you can see, we're on the 38-yard line. So if we go 5 yards from the 38, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we should be putting it down on the 43-yard line. The head linesman should be stepping this off along with the umpire, and the line judge can confirm all that. So Henry, umpire starts from right there. He goes 6 yards. Now, if you look at our line judge, so these two have already missed it. Now the line judge, he's wanting to step it off as well, but he's a yard further, even back further. So when he steps off, he's looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he looks at it like this don't seem right. But so we missed that by a yard. You may think that's no big deal, but I'm telling you, coaches see this on the film, and it is a big deal. You can't be a great crew when you can't get a 5-yard penalty correct. Again, we're not pinching in. One of us is jogging in, one of us is not. And we need to be doing that. This will give you an example of what I'm talking about. We don't have a wide shot here, but watch how our wings come in on this play, especially our line judge. It's just an extra point. This is what we want to see our wings doing. Both of them are headed in. Look at the line judge coming in. Everybody's right there, got this boxed in, keeping an eye on these players. That's what we want to see. We want to see that line judge running in like that. So that shows you an example of how to do it. All right, back to the Flowery Branch game now. We got a good tackle here on a screen pass. And the reason I wanted to point this out is we get a similar play like this later on in the ball game, and I think we have a foul. Is he defenseless? Yes. But look how low the defender goes. He goes low with his shoulder, way down below his head. He wraps his arms around him and makes a tackle. That's what I would consider a good tackle on a player that doesn't see it coming, or what we call a defensive player. This particular play, we've got an illegal formation. We've got 1 here in the backfield, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do a great job of getting the call right. But again, just like I've talked about the last 2 weeks, we're not punching this guy back off the line. He's told you when he walked up, watch him do his hands, I'm back, I'm back. And I think we've got our hand on our chest probably saying, hey, we got 2, but we need to punch this guy back where everybody sees it. Again, we drop our flag. We got to remember to keep officiating this play. We need to be shuffling down the field. Now the play's over, and no stopping the clock by our main one that threw the flag. If you throw the flag and you know at the end of the play, you've got to stop the clock. Referee helps him out there. He stops it. But the guy throwing the flag should be stopping it as well. We get a good call on a holding right here, and it's right at the point of attack. You can see his arm behind the guy, and that is classic holding right at the point of attack. Even though he lets him go, it is a holding. They're probably going to decline this penalty and take the play. I think they actually did. But anyway, good call of getting it right at the point of attack. This is a tough call right here. And I was at this game watching live. But we call offensive pass interference on this wide receiver right here. And the film does not do this justice as to what I saw and what our line judge saw. But this guy does push off. And I'll show you what I'm talking about right there. Do you see how they're running one direction and all of a sudden the defender's shoulders go back the other way? See how it's a push? And that push got separation to where he could get it. Our deep judge could not see it, but everybody that was sitting in the stands and our line judge who's running down the field right here had a great view of it. It's right there. Pushed him back, and then he made the catch. So this is a great call by the line judge getting the foul on an offensive pass interference. We don't see that called a lot, but my wife sitting beside me even said he pushed off, and she was exactly right. He did push off. On this play, I believe we got a personal foul coming up. Yeah, and we look really bad on this play. I'm actually going to cut. I'm going to cut the audio on, and maybe you guys can hear it, but you can hear the whistle on this play. Okay, so let me back that up a little bit. I hope you heard the whistle. This guy that swings out of the backfield, he actually steps out of bounds, I think, and we blow the whistle. Right there. So he steps out of bounds. Now, watch our wing guy start waving his arms because he's got him out of bounds. Okay. Now, down the field, player keeps running. Even though the whistle's blowed, everybody heard the whistle. You can even hear it in the press box. And number 24 gives him a shot. So our linesman, he gives up his spot out of bounds, and he comes down and he throws a flag. Now this is where it gets ugly for us. So if you'll remember, we had a spot up here that he stepped out of bounds. We blew a whistle. Our linesman has come downfield beyond the sticks and thrown a personal foul. And now, instead of going back to where this guy stepped out of bounds up the field, we are marking the penalty off from where the foul happened. And that's just not right. So this is two enforcements that we have gotten wrong in this game. A 6-yard ineligible man downfield, and now we're penalizing a personal foul, not from where the play ended, but from where we threw the flag at. We'll cut that audio back off. Again, this is just back to pinching in again. I think I've talked about that enough. Our line judge is not moving at all from the sideline. I think we get a personal foul on this play. Yeah, this is back to that swing pass. And this is one that, guys, we're not getting. I think I've seen this in 2 or 3 games now. But this is the difference. You remember the tackle a while ago where I showed you he went low, he wrapped his arms around him. Look at this one. Bam! Right in the chops, and he flips the forearm. and this is a defenseless player. He meets the definition. He hasn't had time to become a runner, and we should have had a personal foul there. Now, not only did we have a personal foul on the tackle, but we've also got a personal foul on Flowery Branch right here, or a blindside block. 23 is looking at the ball carrier. So watch this guy right here. That is a personal foul as well. Umpire could have got that. Our deep judge could have got that. But we had two personal fouls on the play. They would have offset, but we missed them both. This one, we call a personal foul right here. And again, we just look very confused when this happens. We call it on this guy right here, I think. It's the only thing I can see. He's a defender coming across the middle to get the ball carrier. And he runs into this blocker. So we throw a flag kind of over our head. Again, the ball's down, and we got our line judge stopping the clock. We got our referee stopping the clock, but the guy who threw the flag, he's not stopping the clock. So he comes up, same play, tells the referee, I've got a blindside block, personal foul, blindside block on the offense. So now we're going back to the previous spot to mark off our penalty. And we change our mind. Now we've got a personal foul, blindside block on the defense. So we lose credibility right here with people that are watching. We got to make sure that we report correctly. And then on top of that, I just don't see this being a foul right here when the defender is in pursuit of making a tackle. Again, we've got encroachment here. You can see defensive end is completely offsides, and we get it, but we're not stopping the clock. We're throwing our flag, we're signaling, but we're not stopping the clock. We got to do, that's got to become our mechanic. We've got to be able to get that. Again, lined up offsides. The linesman sees it. Whistle, flag, nothing. We're not stopping our clock. And this is not an inexperienced group on the field right here. These are some of our, some of the guys have been around for a long time. And I don't know if it's, I don't know what's causing these hiccups, but we need to learn from this. We need to get this fixed. We got a late hit, I believe, on this play. Yeah. And it's a good job, again, by the referee staying with his key, which is the quarterback. You almost could call spearing here. Watch the guy's helmet. Ball carrier's down, and he just plants a helmet right in him. I think that's a great job of calling that a flag of him on the ground like that. You know, those kind of hits we want to stop. All right, this is another game, and we've got an illegal block here on a linebacker. It's a cut block. This is a pretty nasty one. Linebacker's coming up, and there he's cut right at the knees. So we want to try to get those if we can, for sure. Got a pick here, and we call a block in the back. I don't think he kind of goes down on his front, and that could be in the side, but it also could be a blindside block because he didn't use open hands. But that's not the main problem. I mean, we can debate the block in the back. I mean, maybe it was in the back, but here's the main problem. We're penalizing this from the 32-yard line. So a block in the back foul, we're going from the 32 to the 22. And that's not right. Whether it was a block in the back or blindside block, I'm not sure which, but I know that's not the correct enforcement of this penalty. On this play, it's a tough play right here, but this is a pass play, and watch this guy right here. Do you think we got a pick here, or is this just clean? Let me back up a little bit. He kind of shields him a little bit, but it's hard to tell if he's blocking or not. But you can see he's shielding him a little bit. The other guy does have a guy on him, but he gets turned around. So it's just a good play to you make the call on. You think you got something right there. That's all I've got for this week. Hope you guys have a great week. Stay tuned, and hopefully we'll get all our games played this weekend. If you hadn't seen the announcement yet, we did cancel our meeting or postpone our meeting that was coming up this Monday night. We're going to meet on Monday night, September 25th instead. And hopefully that'll give me some time to get the money in. With so many schools closed, the money has just not come in like I had hoped it would. So anyway, you guys have a great week. Thanks.